Greetings, beloved human family. I am Gilles Mansillon. I send blessings and welcome. I wanted to come to you today to speak of a discussion that is more on the spiritual side. It is about talking about destiny and the synchronicity with our own consciousness, with our highest timeline. Essentially, this is a spiritual teaching, teaching essential wisdom, revealing truths. Of course, that life depends on your level of consciousness. Where you at, life will be different in relationship to where you at. So the question is, what do you seek? What do you seek out of life? Whatever you seek, you will find. So essentially, when you we have all kinds of unconscious fear that have been projecting into our life, and that's what makes it difficult. But so the challenge is to let go of all fear, to banish fear from your existence and replace it with the love of God, the love of Source, of Creator. And in the most balanced way. For the life is a dance. There is always guidance that is being offered. You have to. Your first challenge is to recognize that you are being guided. That there is a guidance that is available. And then once you recognize that and you make it clear, the challenge is to follow the guidance as close as possible. You can always ask your angels and guides to help you in any situation. Because there is this opposing force that we are always confronted to, a force that is elevating us and a force that is bringing us down, and so those forces are working in relationship to the ascension of all consciousness. It is a unified force, but they appear in duality as a polarized energy. So essentially, this message is for those who already understand or know the idea of Source Creator, Supreme Intelligence. For that, this is what we are seeking. When we are seeking ascension, you seek God because you understand that God is everything that you could ever want, and more than that even. So you have to make peace with God within yourself, and to understand that. All those things that may be discordant are just a temporary illusion. So keeping your point of focus, your point of attention on the divine source is one of the most direct, most potent, most powerful way of moving forward with your unfolding divinity. Essentially, what we need to do is to achieve 51 points of presence, which means to think, to understand, to realize, to embrace the fact that God is here with you at 51%. God is always there, but to make it real in your experience, at least most of the time. In my relationship to the Source, God is expecting 80% point of presence with me because He knows I can achieve that. That means it's not the time that we forget that this is there, but there is all kinds of distractions that are created to take us away from that divine point of bliss, of magnificent ease and grace and this almighty presence. Developing this self-love will increase the presence of God within you, and of course, if you think of God, you recognize God's presence. That's part of the ascension process. And of course, we want to make a straight line to ascension. The point becomes very clear when nothing stands in the way between you and ascension. But then that's the aspiration, and then the achievement is something else, because we all have to work through different energies. Essentially, what I've been doing in terms of spiritual practice is the cultivation of seminal essence, vital essence, and spiritual essence within me. But essentially, the mission of all truth seeker is to create this internal alchemistry, whichever way you achieve that, and to serve the world around you, to teach whatever you've discovered within yourself, to develop more courage, more compassion, and more lucidity, in order to bring inner and outer harmony, inner peace. For the peace inside will activate new flows and new momentum. The more still you can become, the faster your consciousness can move. So it means to merge within the silence, and to find the more still you can remain still within your mind, your consciousness, the faster the life can accelerate for you. Another challenge is to follow your joy, to follow your passion, and to share your light and information. All of this comes down to increasing the quality of life. Our life is a great mystery. It can never be fully understood, comprehended, or explained. It is something that's ever growing, ever unfolding. And moving into a higher flow, something very important to understand is that you can fully trust your guides. You can invite them more into your life. That will make a whole lot of difference. And to make your body, your physical vehicle, as clear as possible. Once your body is clear, it can become a vessel for higher wisdom, from supreme intelligence to the divine energy, for God to be fully expressive and interacting within you. For that is the highest flow, the highest destiny. And also to embrace the future as it was already present. When you tune into that, you receive the frequency way ahead of time before they manifest, but to make it real in your experience, to allow this energy to go through you, so you can anchor this highest divine energy on the planet and in the heart of the human collective as you communicate with them. So it's basically finding the connection in your heart. There is the heart of hearts. There is within the heart space. There is this place where all the hearts are connected at 0 point, and that is what. And there is the heart of Creator at the center of that heart of hearts. We all have. You cannot be separated from that. It's just our memory, our connection to that, as somewhat been submerged into our subconscious. And discover the emerald heart, which is the coming together of the blue light and the golden sun, the blue sun and the golden sun that comes together to form the emerald heart. So becoming one with the one, with love, it is very important because this force, this energy is eternal, it is immortal, it is absolute. It is a first source and center, but it's also the 7 co-absolute of reality that are always creating a dynamic for the universe to exist in order to many people are talking about ultimacy, but for our ultimate goal is to return to the source. But we have to understand supremacy, which is truth, beauty and goodness. And supremacy will, once we understand those as the parameters of time and space, we are able to become absolute, to become transcendental being, and then we'll be able to research ultimacy, which is the fulfillment of all challenges within ultimacy. And so the only way to approach ultimacy at this present time is through the communion and the connection with the architects of the master universe, but they seldom have any sort of communication outside of paradise. So you want to return to that home within yourself. Right now, the time that we are living in is the time of the grand universe, the time of time and space. For the longest eternity, paradise existed with the central universe, and that was all there was, and that was enough. And one day the gods came to all of us in the central dwelling, and they said, well, there is something else, samsara is here. So we kind of investigated and chose to participate, and that's how we're here. For God has created the cosmos. The cosmos is a young creation. It's far, far, far older than what contemporary scientists believe it to be, but it is still young, and we're still in the first era, the era of time and space, and then we'll be merging into new absolute level of universal creation later on. But for now, it is very much about allowing the well-being, the good quality of your energy to refine your vibration, so that you may feel always in the highest alignment with your soul plan and destiny. For your soul plan and destiny is to become one with your I am presence. But in order to achieve that, God wants you to fulfill all your earth dreams as well. So it is about finding the harmony, the point of presence that allows both the stillness of being and the action of doing, the being of the Father and the doing of the Supreme. And so once you can blend those two energies together, you move into a life that is in perfect synchronicity, in perfect joy, in perfect bliss. There is no need for anything else, for you know that it will reveal and unfold from where you are, and each and every moment is just the next breath can take you into a new adventure. You have no need to condition your next experience, because you have trust that God will provide in even better way that you could have expected it. I hope this message was interesting for you. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.